Connery Curious.
Saga, Last Crusade, You Only Live Twice, and the Anderson Tapes,
Murder on the Orient Express. You never know what the wheel's gonna spin next. Marty and a woman of straw, and a wounded man in Africa. We are curious of the filmography of Sir Sean Connery.
Mario Lima.
Dylan Titus.
Oh, did I awaken you?
So yeah, I was taking a little nap.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How you doing? It's just
I'm
so cozy in here.
Yeah, there's fire.
Nice toasty fire going today. It's a real fire this time.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
Oh, shit.
Don't do that, man.
Yeah, I gotta be careful with these stockings.
Yeah, you're gonna burn the stockings. We're waiting for Connery Claus to deliver our gifts.
Well, that's okay. I've got a whole stock of stockings I can.
Very good.
But did you just say Connery as Santa Claus?
Yeah, Connor Claus is going to be delivering our presents within the next few weeks.
Can you imagine Sean Connery as Santa Claus?
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm bummed out that he hasn't done was a Christmas movie, right? Yeah, there's no Christmas movie.
We've got a handful of films left, and there's a couple of them that I've seen. I think I've seen The Red Tent. I think I'd have to look at the list of what we have left to know for sure, but we may see him as Santa.
I don't know. I feel like we would have known about that. Or like looked it up for something because we've already had like it is funny to think. I was like thinking about
yeah, we
that
did a Christmas episode.
Yeah, I was like we've been doing it that long that we already have a Christmas episode under our belts, and this is kind of our pre-Christmas episode. It's just the first week of December. Happy December!
Happy December!
We're back.
That's why I got the Christmas lights and the stockings. Not Christmas yet, but
that's first week, so we're
happy holiday, whatever you celebrate.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. It's already happening. Like it's already like I feel like we just finished Halloween. We did our Halloween episode. It feels like a couple weeks ago.
We took November off.
Yeah, and Thanksgiving is we're stuffed and ready to get back into podcasting. So
this will probably be our only movie episode this month.
Yeah, right.
We'll do our annual Connery Curious Christmas episode.
Absolutely,
we got something fun planned for that one.
Yeah, just like last year, we'll do something fun.
But yeah, this may be our only December episode, our last episode of 2024 for a film.
Man, what a year. This year flew by, I feel.
It did. We've both been very busy, so we haven't done as many.
Yeah, it's been a crazy second half of the year for sure. A lot of stuff, but yeah, man, what are we covering this week?
Well, we didn't even say welcome to Connery Curious,
the podcast where me and Dylan Titus here go through every single film in the massive filmography of the late great Sir Sean Connery. And today we are covering
1988's The Presidio, starring Mark Harmon, Meg Ryan, and Sean Connery.
Now, this is one we've been waiting for a while, only to connect another movie that we kind of talk about a lot, Memories of Me, which I think we'll talk about later. I feel like I saw that set in the movie at one point. I think we see that set.
Wouldn't it be funny if we saw Alan King walking around in a lobster costume?
I was looking. I was like, that would have been great continuity. That would have been great if they had them in the background. Don't even mention it, but they see him in the during a car chase or something. You just see him in the lobster. Hey, I'm walking here. You know,
Sean? No,
Sean.
My name's Alan Caldwell. Sean?
No, it would have been cool to see that scene from Connery's perspective. I think that would have been really funny. Like, oh, these guys think my name is Sean Connery. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, right. He's undercover.
He's undercover. They think
Alan Caldwell is undercover. Sean Connery. Mark Harmon's like, well, Colonel, you a remarkable resemblance to this actor, Sean Connery. Maybe you can trick your way onto this Hollywood set.
Never heard of him. That would have been a fun little nod. But yeah, we're finally doing a Presidio. Man, yeah, this movie was not what I expected it to be. Because I didn't really read the plot or anything. I just kind of knew he's a military man. Looks great in the military outfit, by the way. But yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Was this movie what you expected?
Kind of.
Is it? Yeah.
Real quick, I want to address, I was just scratching myself. Mario was just scratching himself. I don't have the opportunity to cut away this episode because we're sticking with a nice, simple, one-camera format for this podcast. So you're going to see all the itches and scratches and blinks and blops. Whatever we do.
Blinks and blops.
these podcasters won't stop blinking.
All they do is blop for 2 hours.
I really hate that they close their eyes when they need to replenish the moisture.
Their eyes should always be open. Joe Rogan's always stay open.
It's weird. He had his eyelids surgically removed. He's just got Jamie dropping water in him every 30 seconds.
Jamie, moisturize me.
It's his eyes.
We're like the eyes of Sauron. God, just what?
The eye of Sauron.
That is the eye of Sauron. It's just fun. I was just watching that movie, and that's a line in the movie, is when they're describing the eye of Sauron. It's like a big lidless eye, and I'm like, that's just a gross description. A lidless
Wormtail
eye.
goes up there every couple hours. And
It's a giant spray bottle. Like 3 orcs are on top of each other, like, you know.
Careful, you'll put him out.
We'll put him out. Just 2 sprays. That's it.
That's too much.
That's how to defeat Sauron. They give him 3 sprays, and then they drop the ring into the lava. There, it's done. Oh man. But anyway, man, and I was thinking about that too. It's a Connery connection. I think there was.
Yeah, he turned on Gandalf.
Yeah, he was almost Gandalf. That would have been very interesting.
He didn't understand it.
Yeah, even having him be Christopher Lee's character.
Oh, Sauron.
I always get them confused.
Saruman.
I hate that. Sauron and Saruman.
Yeah, they're
always
very
fucks with me.
similar. Yeah.
But that would have been cool to see Christopher Lee and Sean Connery interact and something. Because have they ever done something together?
Yeah.
Oh right, they were in.
Wait, no.
I don't think they were together, but they're in a movie. There was a movie there, isn't there? Yeah.
No.
Wasn't
I was thinking of Roger Moore, Man with the
There's not-
Golden Gun.
I don't know. There's not a Christopher Lee. I guess not. Correct us if we're wrong, chat. I forget.
You know what? We're pulling up the laptop because we're going to need to pull it up anyway.
Is the Wi-Fi gonna work?
I'm connected to my phone's hotspot.
Oh, there you go.
So, Sean Connery.
Yeah. So I could have sworn Christopher Lee was in something with Connery, but they weren't together. Am I crazy?
Just the Man with the Golden Gun is the only thing that comes up. Yeah, no, they weren't in anything together.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting. But I mean,
Though, real quick here, as I search down, we've got a Google result from Quora. You know, that question answering site?
yeah.
And it's something to the extent of, would you agree given Christopher Lee's background and ... blah, blah. But the answer below is, Sean Connery wasn't really a good actor as much as he was a movie star. He never studied acting, only becoming involved in the field thanks to ... I'm not going to click on it for a longer answer, but I do think Connery's a good actor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he is a movie star, but movie
Yeah.
stars can be good actors.
Yeah, I mean,
They're not mutually exclusive.
I mean, we'll talk about it later in the episode, but like, there was a scene at the end of the movie that I'm like, is maybe the most emotion we've seen out of him.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
He's
so like,
acting his butt off.
so that's fucked up to say that he's not. That person did not see the Presidio.
Yeah.
Or other. Fuck.
Keep talking. I forgot my notes.
Yeah. I mean, fucking first night, tremendous performance. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people who casual Connery fans, CCFs, as I like to call them.
Yeah, they may be dismissive.
They're like, oh, we only know him as James Bond, and James Bond was like not that versatile. But man, Connery's versatile, man. Like, he's a great actor. They probably haven't seen his Shakespeare stuff. They haven't seen some good stuff, man. That's crazy to think that they think Connery's not a good actor. Insane. But anyways, yeah. So fuck that guy.
I disagree with him as well. Yes, Connery is an excellent actor, and he can be a movie star. And when the movie is calling for a movie star, and he
what do you
can be
mean
a bad
by-
actor in sometimes. Like, we've definitely got stuff in here where he's not a good actor.
Yeah, but yeah, like when he's younger, perhaps, or but yeah, I mean, like, what's the definition of a movie star? Like, what do they mean by he's not a good actor, but he's a movie star? Like, he's just like,
I think like Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks. Yeah. Both of them can be good actors.
Tom Hanks is a very good actor.
He's a fantastic actor.
Between, like, we just watched Polar Express the other night. Sully's a great movie. I want to see that new one he did with Zemeckis.
Home or Here?
It's like it takes place. It's like one shot or something.
Yeah.
It's called Here. I heard that's very good, so I want to see that.
Should
as well.
do a double feature of Here and Her,
Ooh, there we go.
and then find some other movie called E and make it a triple feature.
There's a movie called There. Okay, watch Here and There.
Here and there.
Here and There. Oh my God.
There's gotta be. You know what? Hold on.
Is there a film
called There?
I think that'd be a good horror movie title called There.
There from 2022. A lover's doubt in the cold light of morning leads a chain of uneasy intimacies, counselors, disruptors, peacemakers, and fire starters.
Or there we go. Here, there.
There is a 2009 Turkish drama film, which follows 24 hours in the life of a troubled family.
Okay.
When
Potential.
the matriarch of an Istanbul family dies in a home for elderly son, in a home for the elderly, the son and daughter bury their mother and set off to find their father, a recluse in the family house on one of the Princess Islands.
That'd be so funny to have that as like a Walmart like double feature DVD. Like these movies are totally different.
Here and There.
We just think it's funny because of the name of the movies. That'd be ridiculous.
Well, have you had There Burger from Providence?
No, it was
Shout out to There Burger.
There Burger? We're in Providence. I've never heard of it. I know everything about Providence cuisine. Man, look at the... Okay, let's take a... There Burger.
Oh, yeah. I'll punch this in.
I just want to take a peek at the menu.
It's really good.
Dream Burger, 2 grass-fed beef patties, USA cheese mayo patties. What's the patty sauce, I wonder? Is that a chicken sandwich as well?
I always get the Dream Burger. Nicole always gets the Oklahoma.
The Oklahoma has 2 grass-fed beef patties, yellow USA cheese, mayo, sweet mustard, grilled onions, pickles, griddled sesame bun. I love a good sesame bun. The butter, the TT Bird is the chicken sandwich. Buttermilk fried chicken, mayonnaise, honey gold sauce, shredders, pickled red onion, grilled cheese, cafe roll, steak fried. This looks great.
Right.
Oh, and they got coffee milk. You know, it's a staple of Rhode Island.
And exactly.
I tell people like in the Friggerners community who are out of not from Rhode Island, what coffee milk. When we had the meetup last year. I brought. We went to our beach house at the end of the day. We were staying in Narragansett for the week, and we bought a big thing of Autocrat, and we just started pouring people coffee milk. And they're like, "What's coffee milk?" And I'm like, "I just got to show it to you." And they all fell in love with it. So we send those out to people sometimes to like mail them out some Autocrat so they can do it. Because like, oh, that was that, not my ass. But yeah, it's weird that people are like, "What's coffee milk? Is this coffee?" I'm like, "No, it's syrup. I don't know how to explain it to you." But
I don't enjoy drinking milk, so I never enjoyed drinking coffee milk.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a different experience when you drink coffee. Same thing with chocolate milk. It doesn't feel like milk anymore. It's just chocolate. Like I used to love Nesquik as a kid. I don't drink that anymore. Yoo-hoos. I love a good Yoo-hoo. But speaking of Yoo-hoos, we should probably get into this movie.
Man, Mark Harmon's a real Yoo-hoo.
He's a real Yoo-hoo, man.
Yeah, let's talk about the Presidio, Mario.
Yes.
Quick question. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes we haven't been doing this podcast for a month, and you know, it led me to think that age-old question that Paul McCartney asked: will we still need this podcast? Will we still feed this podcast when it's episode 64?
Is that the last one? 64?
No, we're on episode 64.
On 64.
This is episode 64.
Oh man, 64?
Yeah. I just when I was writing down my notes, I wrote down 62 by accident, but then I remembered I forgot to take physical notes for entrapment and Highlander 2. So it's 64. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? So it made me think about the podcast. Like, have we lost the vitality? But no, we're going to finish this motherfucker.
No, if anything, we needed the break just, to get our shit together. I run 3 fucking podcasts, bro. There's 3 podcasts I record on. Sometimes I come in here, I'm like, these are my wrestling notes. I gotta put these away. That's tomorrow. I'm recording wrestling's real, but yeah, I'm excited to be back because we're so close to the end. We're like so close, and I'm working towards Sir Billy. I refuse to watch that a clip because sometimes it'll come up on my YouTube because I'm always searching for Sean Connery clips for things, and it'll show up, and I'm like, I'm tempted to click on it. I'm like, no, we got to watch that when it's time. That's when we're going to watch together and enjoy it. But we're so close, man. So absolutely, we need to finish this, especially for people like Aaron who
are happy to listen.
Yeah, shout out to the ADHD podcast. Fuck the Plan, who we're just on. So I'm sure we'll have a link to that somewhere on our socials right now. But he genuinely is like, he gave us a huge shout out on his Instagram saying like it's one of my favorite podcasts to listen to. So people like that, Sean Murphy, we have some of our Instagram friends that
Ryan Hall, Chris
Hall,
Hunt.
They always supporting our stuff and they listen to the episodes. So for people like that, we got to keep up. We got to finish the story, as Cody Rhodes of WWE fame said, I gotta finish the story. So we gotta finish the story, man. We're almost done.
I'm excited for where the remaining episodes will take us.
Yeah.
And it's when you said Aaron, forgive me, I opened my phone, but it was not for not paying attention to you, forgive me. But I remembered that there was something I meant to bring up on the episode when Sean and Aaron were here. And I forgot, and I kept forgetting to send it to our group chat. So you brought up Aaron, you reminded me. I'm going to send this to you, or not send, I'm just going to share this with you. I'm going to share the screenshot with you folks. This was found on Reddit one day while browsing. You go ahead and read that out loud.
Okay. Reddit from All That Is Interesting. Man posed as minor online to meet child predator, then fatally shot and killed convicted sex offender Sean Connery Showers because he believed police were not doing enough to keep child predators behind bars. Wait, his name is Sean Connery Showers?
I guess.
He looks like Justin Bieber. His legal name is Sean Connery Showers.
I guess.
How fucked up. Obviously that was the parents. I'm hoping that was the parents' choice. Like when they let's call him Sean with middle name Connery.
Sean Showers is a weird name.
Sean Showers. Like,
that's a porn star name right there.
Yeah, I'd rather be called Sean Connery Showers. But, dude, what?
So, yeah, I had to share that with you because I meant to share it when Sean and Aaron were here so that the laugh factor would be even greater.
Oh, my.
Because I want to hear Sean Murphy laugh to this.
Sean has a great laugh.
He does.
He does. You should show it to him in person.
And record his laugh.
And we'll insert it here. So future deal, remember to do that.
I had to share that with
That's Sean Connery Shower. This episode's going to be dedicated to Sean Connery.
This episode brought to you by There Burger and Sean Connery Showers.
That'd be a great...
are you tired of your old bath and shower?
Enjoy Sean Connery Showers.
Quality marble tiling.
It's like a shower spout, but it's like Sean Connery's mouth open.
Like the Dune popcorn bucket.
Yeah, and it shoots water out of the mouth. That'd be so... Oh, no, it's him
crying at the end of Presidio. It's his tear ducts.
It's him like this saluting and the
it's from his eyes.
I was gonna say him as the Green Knight blowing wind into the thing, but it's him blowing water out.
For some reason, all your shower water comes out green.
It's all green. It's glowing green. It's like
glitter.
It's like ooze from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Secret of the Ooze.
And it's filled with glitter, so you get clean, but you can't wash the glitter off. It sticks to everything.
Sean Connery showers.
Pubes are full of glitter.
Oh no! It's like, oh, she must be using Sean Connery showers.
Looks like she's been using brand X.
I do like the idea of Presidio Connery crying as a shower. It would be hilarious.
with saluting.
Anyways.
Well, yeah, speaking of, let's get to episode 64 of Connery Curious, The Presidio. 1988's The Presidio, which is... so Nicole started watching this with me.
Ooh, okay.
She watched the first half. And I noted in the credits that we see Jeanette Goldstein. And we recently watched the Alien films, maybe like a year ago or so. Mm-hmm. And it's, Jeanette Goldstein, she plays Vasquez in Aliens. And she goes, so I wonder if she's a Marine in this. And Nicole goes, maybe it's an Aliens prequel. Oh. And then with young Gibbs, it's an NCIS prequel. So it's both an NCIS prequel and an Alien prequel. So they take place in the same universe.
And it's also the same universe as Memories of Me.
Exactly.
Massive universe building. We were just talking. I'm sorry to take it off again, but like,
no,
we were talking. When I was
we never do
the
that.
other day, we never do this. We were talking about. You remember how crazy back in the day as kids, like Disney Channel and Nickelodeon shows would have these crazy crossovers. You remember those?
Yeah, the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour.
The Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. We talked about that one, and there was apparently a crazy one with it was a Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, That's So Raven, and what was the third one? Was it Waverly Place or something? Oh no, it was Hannah Montana. I didn't notice the thing. It was all three of them.
Wow.
My friend brought it up, and I was like, I don't remember this. And I looked it up, and it was like when they did the Sweet Life on Deck or something. Or no, I think they were still in the hotel. I don't fucking know. But I was like, what a crazy crossover to have. Like, you don't get that anyway. That was the MCU before the MCU.
Wow.
All these crazy shows coming together. Like, you don't get that much anymore. Like, maybe back in the day, you got it with Frasier and Cheers. Because, you know, Frasier was a continuation of Cheers and so on and so forth. So like, we don't get those cool crossovers anymore, I feel. I don't know.
Can I divert again? Speaking of the MCU.
Deeper, let's go.
I watched the Tomahawk cut of The Incredible Hulk from 2008.
Oh.
Which is there's 38 minutes of deleted scenes from that movie.
Fuck.
And this cut puts them back in.
I don't know if I've seen all the deleted scenes of that movie.
I hadn't. I'd only seen the alternate opening with the trek up to the mountains. Have you seen that one?
Oh, I like that.
Where he goes to kill himself and and the Hulk crushes the gun.
Yeah.
And they reference it in the Avengers. Holy cow, dude! The Incredible Hulk was meant to be a far better film than we got. I have a feeling that. So Ed Norton puts a lot of work into the projects he works on. Like, he takes over working on the script, and like a lot of work was clearly put into this movie. Very little work was put into the script of Iron Man. It's mostly improv. And it just had this kinetic energy that really worked. And I had a feeling that Marvel Studios at that time, because it wasn't Disney, they're like, I think the energy of this might work a little better. And then Iron Man comes out first, I think, and is a huge hit.
Yeah.
And I think they go, make Hulk more like Iron Man. Cut some of this character stuff, because that's all of the deleted scenes is beautiful character stuff. It's incredible. You know how Ty Burrell is in that movie from Modern Family? He plays Doc Samson. He's actually in the movie. He gets more than a scene and a half.
Really?
Like, he's a really complex character in that. And there's a moment where Bruce is on the run in Brazil, and he walks by his apartment, and he like makes a disappointed face, and he comes back into his apartment, and he kind of scolds his dog. He's like, "What's the deal, man? I walked by. You're supposed to growl or bark or something, you know, like it's his guard dog or something." He knew that, and it gets a little payoff later in the movie, which is a scene that stays in when the SWAT team is outside and the dog, and it alerts Bruce. He's like, "Oh shit, you do know what you're doing. You're just alerting me silently."
Wow.
Like, there's, and he's been on the run for 5 years. There's a scene where Liv Tyler's Betty finds him in the rain, and she's like, "You're gonna come home with me now." That stays in the movie. But they go back to Doc Samson's house because she's living there with him. And I don't know if you remember in the movie, you see like Bruce in bed sad, and you see Liv Tyler in bed by herself sad.
Yeah.
Well, it's set up in the movie. It's Doc Samson's house. You see a scene later. Samson's sleeping on the couch because he knows this is an awkward situation. And he admits, he's like, "I really love Betty, and I kind of hoped you were dead so that I could kind of like, so that you would never walk back in and ruin this." Like, it's really heartbreaking stuff. And before that kind of mean scene, but that he's very supportive. He's like, "There's dry clothes. I'm going to cook. You guys catch up." It's really supportive. And they're eating dinner, and Samson is just recounting a boring patient that he had. And it's just this beautiful panning shot around the table. They're having dinner, having a glass of wine, and talking about, Leonard Samson is just talking about a boring, he's a psychiatrist, he's just a boring patient that he had. And he's like, "I'm sorry, that's really like inappropriate. I'm just talking about a boring patient, and you've been like," and Bruce starts crying, like just weeping, because he hasn't had dinner and a glass of wine and a conversation about normal things with friends in 5 years. He's been on the run, and his senses have been just constantly heightened. All the time. He has to just look over his shoulder all the time. It's heartbreaking.
Damn.
And you realize how much of it was cut. So, like, when you watch this, the Hulk is in it very little. Like, it's kind of equivalent to the Ang Lee Hulk. It's very little Hulk. And when it is, it's way more satisfying because the character stuff was incredible.
Helps you build it.
Yeah.
And when it happens, it happens. Yeah, because it's like, that's dope. Send me that.
I'll send it to you. It's phenomenal.
That's crazy.
Really good, and you realize how much.
I love the Hulk so much, man. He's one of my favorite. He's always been one of my favorite characters, and it's like
Hulk is my favorite Marvel character.
He's like, he's being done so dirty now.
I'm not opposed to what they're doing with it because it's stuff that's happened in the comics anyway.
Yeah, but the way they're executing it is not right. Like, he's showing up to fucking... The last time we saw Hulk,
at a barbecue with his ugly son.
Yeah, and fucking Daredevil's there, and he's like, "What's going on?" And I was like, it's just so...
I didn't actually watch that. I watched the first episode of She-Hulk.
Like, it's
funny. He gets hit by a truck. And it's like the Hulk gets hit by a truck.
And like, I'm looking... Like, I just rewatched... sorry to... Like, we're talking Marvel talk right now. I just rewatched Age of Ultron because I was in the mood for it. And I'm like, man...
Hulk is good in that film.
Yeah, the Hulk design... That's probably one of my favorite Hulk designs. He looks great in that movie, especially when he goes psycho and the Hulkbuster scene. Yeah. He looks great. And then you fast forward to now, and it looks way too much like Ruffalo because they're doing the Smart Hulk thing.
Yeah.
I understand that.
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, I got excited. When we got Smart Hulk, I got really excited. But at the same time, I'm like... I don't know. We haven't had a lot of Hulk action in the MCU, and I don't know.
When Marvel gets the rights back to do a solo Hulk movie, because that's owned by Universal, I believe.
Yeah.
I want a Joe Fixit movie, because right now Hulk is at the size that Joe Fixit would be. He's not super huge.
True. Yeah.
And Joe Fixit, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, with the suit,
the gray Hulk. Yeah. He wasn't big. And I want to see that.
I can see him doing that.
Where the savage part of Smart Hulk kind of takes over and he's like, I'm just gonna be a piece of shit, and maybe the real Bruce gets like shoved to the back and be like, oh no, I thought I was in the driver's seat, but I'm not anymore. I'm not getting any bigger, but I'm still using my strength to be a horrible mob enforcer. Like womanizing and shit. Like, and maybe from there I get a maestro thing. But none of that needs to happen.
Yeah,
I'd rather see like starving children get fed first. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know how good that cut was. Yeah, the Hulk still doesn't look as good. I still think it's like the least good looking Hulk.
I love Ang Lee Hulk, man.
I love it too.
I love how that one looks, but
that's my favorite Hulk.
Yeah, that one's just like he's so gross. The gross color in that one we're talking about.
Yeah, he's like, well, actually, there's a line in the Tomahawk cut where he has Blonsky recount what happened in the bottle factory, and he's like, it was green or gray. Greenish gray, I don't know. I couldn't tell. It was dark. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of is grayish. It's like he's not like fuck, man, let's make him bright green. He's green. Like, let me green.
Yeah, and the Ang Lee Hulk, he is.
Yeah, that's
bright
like
green.
Purple short, well, not really purple shorts, but they might as well be purple shorts.
There is still that joke of the Betty tosses him the purple pants. He's like, really? She's like, they were the biggest ones they had.
He's got to have the purple shorts on. He's got to. But anyways.
All right, the Presidio.
It's been like an hour. Yeah. Let's get to the Presidio. But yeah. Do you want to start with?
Yeah.
I don't really have notes. I watched it at 4:00 in the morning.
Okay, so my first note is we see Sean Connery at 1:55.
True, yeah.
That's our first.
We don't hear him for a while either, right? Do you have his first line?
No.
There's something about watering.
I didn't. My first line is my first note is 1:55. My second note is 50 minutes.
50 minutes?
50 minutes, yeah. So I went 48 minutes without writing any notes. So should we go with a wiki like we normally do?
Yeah. Let's read the wiki up. It's been so long, I forget how we do this.
All righty. The Presidio. At the Presidio Army Base in San Francisco, U.S. military police soldier Patty Jean Lynch, played by Jeanette Goldstein, is shot dead while investigating a break-in, and 2 San Francisco Police Department officers are killed in the getaway. I just got a text message. Jay Austin, an SFPD San Francisco Police Department detective and ex-military police soldier, is sent to investigate. He clashes with Lieutenant Colonel Alan Caldwell, the base provost marshal. The base provost marshal. Provost? Whatever. You know what I'm saying, folks. Read the wiki yourself. Years earlier, Austin and Lynch were partners while serving as military police, and Caldwell was their commanding officer. When Austin arrested Lieutenant Colonel Paul Lawrence for drunk driving and assaulted him after Lawrence insulted Lynch, Caldwell did not support Austin. In the aftermath, Austin was demoted and decided to leave the Army.
I'm just going to keep going. The investigation cast suspicion on Lawrence as Lynch was killed with a Tokarev 7.62mm pistol. Lawrence is the registered owner of a Tokarev but claims he lost it in a poker game. Austin also learns that the getaway car used by Lynch's killer was registered to a civilian named Arthur Peel, who is wealthy and owns a holding company. Austin tries to question Lawrence about the Tokarev, but Caldwell intervenes. Recognizing that they have shared jurisdiction on the case, they uneasily team up to investigate. Caldwell states that if the Tokarev bullet that killed Lynch were to match a bullet fired earlier from Lawrence's Tokarev at the Presidio firing range, then Caldwell will arrange for Lawrence to surrender to Austin. In the meantime, Caldwell and Austin visit Peel, who claims his car was stolen and has an alibi for the night Lynch was shot. Caldwell sees Vietnam era paraphernalia in Peel's office. Caldwell learns that Peel was previously in the CIA and a military advisor in Vietnam at the same time Lawrence was there.
Forgive me, I don't know why I just kept reading, but I'm like, none of this feels like it explains anything. Or sets up the story well. I mean, it does. It perfectly explains what's going on in the plot. But I feel like none of that gets us smoothly into the movie. Like, you haven't introduced... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not going to read any more of this Wikipedia page because there's 9 paragraphs in the plot summary. I'm just going to skip to the last paragraph.
Okay.
So you know that Wikipedia will introduce somebody by going like, his co-host, Mario, and you know that's the first time that Mario has been brought up in that whole document, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Last paragraph of the Wikipedia. Caldwell asks Austin to delay his police report by 48 hours to give Caldwell time to bury McClure with his honor intact. Austin agrees. At a military funeral, Caldwell tearfully eulogizes McClure. Caldwell reconciles with his daughter Donna, who is developing a mutual attraction with Austin, and grudgingly admits Austin into the family.
That's half the movie.
Exactly!
That's half the movie.
They literally leave her until the second to last line. The final sentence. The final sentence is when they introduce Donna, played by Meg Ryan. What the fuck, Wikipedia?
They were typing that out like, oh shit, I forgot to talk about the daughter. Let me put in the last sentence. Like, oh my God, are you serious? That's like a huge thing. And I'm talking about them fucking almost like the dry humping on the fucking back of the car, like something.
Right?
Like, come on, so much happened with them. That's half the fucking story.
That's why I read 4 paragraphs in, because I'm like, it's got to bring up Donna at some point.
Like half the movie's like about like the daddy issue thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? That's insane.
Yeah, so we're not going to go by the Wikipedia. What does the IMDb give us? And also, let's see what IMDb gives it for ratings. 6 out of 10.
Okay.
What does Rotten Tomatoes give it?
Oh, yeah, I'm curious about that.
All right, tomato meter 41, audience score 33.
Oh.
The popcorn meter is now the audience score.
Huh.
Yeah. I really want to see the substance.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
It's one of those movies where, again, I didn't expect to be like this. I didn't think it was gonna be a fucking like mystery fucking, you know,
Solving a murder.
yeah, like again, like I feel like we've been doing a lot of solving murders on this show.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I love it, but like I just didn't expect it to be like that.
My direct comparison, I kept thinking in my head, and I brought this film up on this podcast before, is Bad Company with Anthony Hopkins and Chris Rock. Where it's just a nothing action movie. 2 stars. In a movie that has a script and was shot. There are guns and cars and explosions. You'll forget it the day after you see it.
Yeah, because it's like there's nothing really. There's some great stuff in it. I love watching Sean Connery fight off the fucking blob with his thumb. Like that's fucking crazy.
Can we talk about that scene?
Yeah, let's go into it.
Okay.
One of the more interesting scenes in the movie, honestly.
I know you're probably not listening to this, but if you are, Matt Gorley. You know who I saw in the credits of this film?
Who?
A Mr. Bob Rochelle as one of the thugs in that bar.
Which one?
I don't know. Matt Gorley, can you help us out? I'd watch that scene in the Presidio and point out to us which one Bob Rochelle is. That would be awesome, because I know you're on a quest to see more or find out more about Bob Rochelle. And they've got his band Townland's got a really great song called Bob.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But I noticed that and I said, oh, Bob Rochelle.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was.
And I also looked it up on. I actually have. You know what? Hold on. I have a picture of it on my phone, which I'll also punch in. And I just searched on Reddit, the Presidio, and this popped up under Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I thought the same thing when I saw his hair like that. That was the funniest shit, man. Like, those guys were like that scene reminded me of. Speaking of goofy thugs.
Oh, Back to the Future?
Back to the Future too.
Yeah. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull as well.
Oh, yeah,
Had
yeah.
a similar.
But, yeah, just that, like, I'm sure that was inspired by Back to the Future in Crystal Skull. That seems
For sure.
like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Spielberg.
Like him fucking taking off, with the greasers chasing them and shit. But, yeah, like, Back to the Future 1 and 2, it's reminded me of, like, these very generic guys that, like, you know, like, that scene, it felt a little useless. Like it's like they like let's get a scene where Connery kicks some ass
with his thumb. Wouldn't it be crazy if it was just his thumb?
Like
no, that seems weird. It seems like he would break his thumb.
Like he was just like it was crazy, but it felt like a very out of the pressure point made sense when he hit the pressure point. But when he's legit like fucking hit, like it's like a fucking Shang-Chi fucking fight, you know, it's crazy.
I feel like your chances of missing that are probably way greater, and you're gonna just shatter your thumb.
Yeah, but I mean, it was an interesting scene, but it didn't really do anything for me.
And then Mark Harmon just pulls the gun. He's like, let's keep it clean.
Yeah, no backup here.
Yeah.
And like I like the line at the end because right before that he asked like, you know, what are your intentions with my daughter?
Oh yeah, my
like,
intentions are strictly honorable.
Strictly honorable. Don't hit me with your thumb, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
it's a good button on the scene.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I feel like this scene is just kind of like thrown in there for nothing. Because other than that, like the only action scene we get at the end is the gunfight, which.
We get that great car chase, or not. Well, we actually get a number of good car chases in this movie. Right at the beginning, there's a car chase.
Yeah.
There's a couple of good jump scares in this movie. Nicole watched the first half with me, and when the cops are arresting that guy, and they get a call on the radio, or something, but either way, you see the car in the background just right over the hill.
Yeah.
Scared the bejesus out of both Nicole and I. She's like, I need to see that again.
There was one
in the office with the gunshots.
There was one like car crash that happened that I thought it was a gunshot, but maybe I'm wrong. I forget. Maybe I'm getting movies mixed up. But
and the chase through the streets, the foot chase through the streets, where I do have that as a note. What's his name? Norman Howell. He is Mark Harmon's stunt double. He's doing his tiger belly flop on cars. Like, do you see that? He fucking leaps over the car like he's a tiger. It's insane.
Oh yeah.
It's like James McAvoy in Split.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, there's some fun action here, but yeah, overall the story, like what were your thoughts on like the story together? Like, do you find yourself zoning out at all?
Totally, 100. I have a note here. Flat. I'm just not feeling this film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Bad Company, where it's just like that movie is like, oh, a twist. Cool. I don't care.
Yeah, like nothing really like, you know.
I'm sure Bad Company would be a good film if I went back and watched it. But.
Yeah, but like, you know, I'm you know, with this, I'm like trying to get excited for like, you know, a Connery military movie or whatever, and it's just like them like, I don't know, this fucking looking for clues and shit. It's a kind of good cop, bad cop thing going on, and yeah, I couldn't really grasp like much enjoyment out of the film. Like, I think it's an okay movie, but like, I don't know. I'm skipping a little too early, but like, I don't know if I would watch it.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you. I'm not going to watch it again.
Like,
except to punch clips into this episode.
Yeah, like nothing about this. I think what's his name, the main guy.
A picture of Mark Harmon.
A picture of Mark Harmon, the greatest actor who ever lived.
Mark Harmon. He can be kind of charming at times. There's a couple scenes.
Kind of. He's a real asshole in this movie.
Yeah,
he's a piece of shit.
Like, I thought like the whole thing with close the door, maybe restart my entrance, whatever, and like pulls the badge out. Like, that's kind of
okay. So during that scene, both Nicole and I were super turned on.
You were turned on?
Yes, when Mark Harmon and Meg Ryan see each other for the first time and they just stare longingly at each other's gorgeous faces. You know, like, it's just, wow, so hot, and neither of them know what to say.
And then them just fucking go on a date and then fucking just like, let's just get it on.
Yeah.
And they
literally say, let's just skip to the part.
Let's have a little car chase, and we'll meet at the fucking bottom of the hill because you already know your address, and they kind of like dry hump on the trunk of the car.
She whips his fucking belt off, and she
shit.
throws his wallet out of his pocket, and then I should have wrote that down. My last note, because I forgot to write it earlier, the walk from Jay's car/driveway to his house, holy stairs. And he leaves his wallet down there, just on the street, with his badge.
He grabs the gun.
Yeah.
Like, he picks up his gun.
He comes back, he awkwardly comes back down for the gun without dropping Meg Ryan off his cock.
Like, that was insane. Like, that was scary. My God, I would have... Like, imagine you did
I'd be so scared to tumble.
Yeah, like, imagine doing, like, one bad fall, like, bop, 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 like, going down the stairs. Like the fucking
like the Princess Bride.
You see the Joker dancing at the top like this.
They gets knocked down by
He gets hit. Lady Gaga's down there too. It's like, oh my god.
Cuts to the Princess Bride as they're rolling down the hill, and then these two, and Mark Harmon and Meg Ryan, beat them to go faster.
Yeah, that was fun, but yeah, it's just like
that was really hot.
Yeah, that's so that might get sexy rating points there for sure.
It bumped it up a bit.
Yeah.
There were a couple of scenes in this film I enjoyed.
I know I fucking couldn't stand, man. Man, that girl in the office, the Grateful Dead.
What? I love that scene.
Oh, I think it's...
That's actually... my next note is the water, question mark, which we'll get to. But then my note after that is dead, heart. Excuse me. I fucking loved that scene. That's great.
Oh
and then
God.
as they leave, he's like, watch the Grateful Dead. He's like, you wouldn't get it.
I was hoping that later he would be like, so I listened to the Grateful Dead, not bad.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, just like...
Direwolf. Good shit.
Just that woman was just funny to me, man. It's a groovy, man. Like, you know, just like super like trying a little too hard to be a deadhead. But like, it was cool. It was a cool little reference.
Wait, and because Connery is now taking on a love of it at the end, like when they get in the gunfight, he's like, "Don't murder me! I beg of you, don't murder me! Please don't murder me!"
Is that our? Is that our own? How is that our? We've had the Beatles reference in the Connery movie,
Yeah.
Goldfinger.
Didn't
We've had the Grateful Dead.
In The Rock, he like met her at a Zeppelin concert, right?
Led Zeppelin's mentioned.
Yeah.
Do we have any other music references? I don't know.
Neither do I.
But Beatles.
Throw it in there, folks. If we've missed one, shout it out. Let us know if
I feel
we've
like
missed
there's
a
gotta be another
rock
one.
and roll or popular music reference. Oh yeah, in oh, what is it? Hold on. Stevie Wonder is mentioned in Robin and Marion.
What? I had to think. What?
I had to think. I'm like, come up with two completely disparate things.
Stevie Wonder. Oh man, of course he was at the the feast.
My screensaver here looks like the opening to Wrong is Right, like the satellites just gonna fly over it. Okay. Speaking of which, folks, our commentary track for Wrong is Right is now on the Patreon.
Yes.
So shout out for the Patreon page.
Yep, it's on there. We have we have a free episode, which is
The Sword of the Valiant commentary.
which is awesome. That was a fun one to do.
That will be the last episode that's out on our free feed as a little tease for folks to sign up for the Patreon.
So get on in there.
And
Good
speaking
stuff.
of other episodes that were released freely to promote a paid feed or a Patreon feed, we were on Fuck the Plan
Fuck
recently.
the Plan. We talked about that earlier with Aaron and Cass. That was so much fun. That was,
Fuck the Plan podcast.
That was so much fun. So check that out. We shared it on our Instagram. So check our Instagram for that.
Yeah, and we did a fun Connery Curious quiz.
That was so funny. Which
still-
we got to quiz ourselves at the end of this. I think we need to do a massive Connery, like a serious one where
And
we have to.
you know what we
get
have to
right.
do is we have to put it in somebody else's hands.
Yeah, someone's gonna.
Where they have to quiz us. Because if one of us creates it, then we have the edge.
Yeah, so we'll have to have someone. Well, I have a couple of names in mind. I won't say on air, but
You know, every year for the past like 7 or 8 years, my mother has done game night for Christmas. Good. She's really good with data and spreadsheets too. It'd be like,
is that our Christmas episode? Is it a Connery quiz?
it would have to be next Christmas.
Next
yeah.
Christmas, yeah. We'll be done by then.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Still
to
got a
think
little way
about.
to see, a little bit left to go.
True.
But we do have a fun game planned for our Christmas episode.
Absolutely.
I wrote that drunk Connery, I love it, but it's not that great. He's not a great drunk actor. What do you think?
Yeah, it was very, it's like, it's one of my favorite Connery quotes is, it's like, why you go on the roof when I come in? Because your window sill is hurting my ass. I'm like, what? It's weird. But like, yeah, like his crying is very good, but like his drunk was,
A little off.
it was okay.
A little bit of a fake drunk.
Yeah, he's very like, he's like fucking,
I don't know a thing about
I'm on a roof.
The only thing he didn't do was a comical
Yeah, that's right. Some hiccups or something.
And a bubble comes in.
Because drunk people don't really talk like that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if anything, I'm more like talkative when I'm drunk.
Well, he's pretty expressive.
Yeah, but like,
he gets as emotional as he's gonna
But it's
get.
that generic, like,
Yeah.
Although I like that line, which he brings up at the funeral too. Is I feel like what was the quote that he said? The other guy said,
I'm drunk as a skunk.
drunk as a skunk. No, what was the metal quote?
Oh yeah, this medal was easier to earn than it is to wear.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I love that quote. That's a crazy quote.
Yeah, that was good.
But he brings it up in the funeral too, which is like it stuck with me. I was like, that's a cool quote.
That was his best acting in the movie, right? That funeral.
Connery's?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I mean, shit, man.
That or the scene in The Office with the Grateful Dead posters where he's just
just staring off.
like, is that a guy you really want to make wait? And he just looks over and he's grumpy.
That's a couple. I mean, there's a couple emotional scenes with the daughter, I guess, and he goes for the hit. And he stops himself.
That was a tough scene.
Like, oh shit! I was like, that's kind of that was a tense scene for sure.
And when she's going out to dinner and he says, "Shit on a stick,"
Yeah, on a stick.
which he says stick. He doesn't say shtick. He says stick.
He says stick. I like when he says "gee whiz." Remember he said "gee whiz" at one point.
When was that?
I forgot. They're getting in the car, and he said,
yes.
He's like, "Oh, gee whiz, man!" Like, I never thought I'd hear him say "gee whiz."
He and Mark Harmon have good snark with each other. They're
kind of fun
they're not
together.
bad.
Yeah, like that's something we got to rank too. Is like who's the best Connery partner?
Yeah, best
You know what I
co-star
mean?
with him.
Best co-star because he's had a lot of like
Bounces off him the best.
especially in these crime movies. He's like he usually has a partner.
I think like Michael Caine would be up there at the top. Harrison Ford would be up there at the top.
Yeah.
Maybe down at who would be at the bottom? Who is like the worst paired actor we've seen with Connery?
Fine. Do you count Good Man in Africa?
Colin Friels was pretty bad bouncing off of Connery. But I guess that's the point. Is like he's supposed to be intimidated by the greatness
he's
of.
supposed to be an idiot, and Connor's just like
He's the good man.
Who else?
Maybe League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and
he doesn't have
Tom Sawyer.
He doesn't have like a singular partner. It's a team movie.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be like the mentor to Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, but like I think what's the Monk movie?
Name of the Rose.
Name of the Rose.
And he and Christian Slater kind of bounce off each other well.
Yeah, I think they're up there for sure. I'm trying to think of like better ones, but yeah, I mean, because that's the thing, man. I do feel Connery tries to put over the guy he's with. You know what I mean? He gets talking wrestling terms, gets the Connery push, where it's like like in wrestling, where a young wrestler fights like a legend like Stone Cold Steve Austin, they get the push. And they're like, wow, he's a big deal now. But like, you work with Connery, you tend. I mean, fuck, man. Even seeing like, what's his name?
Which film?
In
what's it about?
with Richard Harris.
Molly Maguire.
Molly Maguire. Where Richard Harris is already is like he's known as a legend, but like just seeing them
he's
together.
Already an established actor at that point.
But it's just teaming them together though. It's like they elevate each other. You know what I mean? So that's always I see too.
Same with Kane.
But seeing him put over somebody else, like even like even a Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is a tremendous actor, but even Harrison's talked about like being intimidated by Sean Connery. And he hasn't come out and he's told some stories. He played tennis with him once or something like that, and he fucking kicked his ass and said like, "What the fuck are you doing, young man?" He's like, "Fucking get your shit together and shit like that." But like I do feel like he puts people over, and I feel like this movie he does put him over. But yeah, it's just like but some of the dynamics are kind of like empty. I feel like I could have used more in this movie. More character development, maybe. It's kind of a short film.
Yeah.
Hour 30?
Yeah, like an hour 36 or something like that.
Quick movie.
Real quick on the ranking of his co-stars or what the people he's bouncing off of. I have a feeling we wouldn't even get like worst. It would just be least good, like our least favorite. You know what I mean?
There's no like.
There's no one that he's really paired poorly with. Excuse me. Where it's like Connery and this guy? Oh, you know what it would be? It'd be Alan Cumming from Sir Billy as the goat.
That's probably gonna be the worst one. We might end up loving that movie, man.
We might.
We might end up loving that fucking movie. I'm excited for it.
Well, what else you got on the...
That's the thing, man. I don't have a lot for this because I was like really thinking on it. I'm like, I like the music's okay in this.
My next note is the music is similar, very similar, to a film that would come out either the next year or 2 years after. The Death of the Incredible Hulk.
Oh,
I know that's super specific, but listen to the music in the Presidio and listen to the music in that film. They're very similar.
Nothing too memorable, but like, yeah, I thought it fit for the time. This is, what year is this?
88.
88?
There's also another note I have on the music. At the funeral, when on the trumpet they're playing taps.
He's not playing that fucking...
But in between, taps is simple. It's just like 3 or 4 notes at a time. And then the score of the score goes... Ba-da-ding. But it's like that mystical 90s score, like in a world where, and so this is the way I wrote it. Taps with funeral mystical strings music feels like Meg Ryan is about to point to the coffin and go, "Look, he's still alive."
Well, I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna make the same note I did. Is the guy playing the trumpet? He's not pressing any of the keys down. He's just standing, stone faced, not moving. And you hear it. And I went to a funeral not too long ago where I saw somebody play taps and like you gotta fucking hit some of the notes there. He's just sitting and not touching any of the keys. So you can tell this guy he had like a little speaker behind him and he was just like they won't notice.
Just pretend.
Yeah, man. And
I recall him hitting some of them, but I also attributed that to I don't know how to play trumpet, and there's only
if you go back,
there's only
he's not
those 3
moving.
buttons, so who knows what the combination of notes is.
I noticed. I was like, this dude's not playing the trumpet, man. That's
Punch it in.
funny. And then him, and then like, and I always laugh at flag folding.
Yes.
Because the same funeral I went to recently, they botched the flag folding.
Oh, geez.
It was dead silent. Like, it's a fun story, I guess. So like they're folding the flag, and it's taken so long. And we're like, man. And they get to like towards the end, and then they unravel the whole thing again to try it again.
Oh, Jesus.
And I can mention this. The person in question was related to our good pal Scott Southgate. And I just hear Scott in the front going, yeah. It's dead silent. Yeah. It was so awkward, and he broke the tension so well. Because it was so awkward. Like, you could hear a fucking pin drop. It was so silent.
They did that at my dad's funeral. They folded the flag and gave it to me, but they did it real quick and efficient.
Yeah,
that's funny.
This might have been their
so
first
funny.
time because it was like, it should take like maybe 30 seconds at least.
I think,
it
yeah.
felt like a minute and 50 seconds. It felt almost 2 minutes.
Wow.
Because like they get to the end and you could tell they're like fiddling with it and they're like, and they just go back, they step backwards, they start over again. And we're like, what?
Oh no, this flag is a fitted sheet.
They're like, I was like, no, this is so terrible.
All right, you fold it in half and then bring it to me. But it's the rubber band is throwing me off.
Like, oh my god! Like me and Scott, because I drove Scott home after that to go eat, and then I just remember it was like we just went to go see the movie. It was quiet, and I was like, "So how about that flag fold?" He's like, "Right, man, that was crazy." Like, this dude couldn't fold the flag. It's crazy. But anyways. But yeah, that probably is like where I teared up seeing Connery tear up, because the more I see Connery movies, the more I feel like I'm related to him. Like, I feel like he's our father. You know what I mean? Like,
who art in heaven.
Like our father who art in heaven. Like, I feel like he's a parent to us now because like, so I see him cry, I cry, and I was like, man, fucking deep. I rewinded to watch it twice. I was like, man, like, because you've seen him do some emotional scenes. I'm trying to think of another movie he's cried in.
And the analogy to our father is an apt analogy, because of course it would only be once we reach our 30s when we start to see our father cry.
Oh, but yeah, it's because he's had emotional scenes. Like,
Yeah.
we've had him, we've had him kind of cry in like First Night. Why, all that. He's kind of crying, but like we never seen him like tears come out of his eyes, man. Like that was really cool, man, to see him do that. So like, you wonder what he used in his head to trigger that. You know what I mean? Because actors, I'm sure, some actors just know how to turn it on, turn it off. I have friends that know how to turn it on, turn it off.
Yeah, what
But,
experiences was he pulling from?
like, was
What
he, like-
fantasy was he pulling from?
I should have said yes to Gandalf.
In 10 years, they're gonna ask me.
I should have done it. But like, yeah, that was a tremendous scene, and very heartwarming. I love the end when they're walking. I love how he's walking with the flag behind his back.
Yeah, like it's a love letter.
Yeah, he's just walking, and then like he gives it to the daughter, and they walk, and then he has what's his name saying, "Are you coming?" And they walk together, and I thought that was kind of sweet, nice, sweet little cherry on top at the end of the movie.
I like
sure.
the earlier scene of walking in the cemetery of Donna and Lawrence.
Yeah.
Their relationship is really sweet. Like he's a sweet uncle that just really loves her like a daughter.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, man, that's like all I really. I'm sure you have some notes here, but like,
So yeah, we would talk about I wrote that the cinematography makes San Francisco a very warm place feel very cold. And I'm kind of cool with that.
San Francisco is speaking of car chases, a very good car chase city. There's so many iconic car chases, like
And
Bullet.
those hills too.
Yeah, it's like Bullet has that iconic San Francisco car chase. I'm trying to think what else, but like there's so many fun like car things you could do in that movie. So like that made sense to have a couple fun little car chases in that. And
Isn't one of the Mission Impossibles? Is it 2? No, that's Australia.
yeah, because it's that one iconic street. It's like not really even a street. It's almost like a brick thing, and it kind of goes
Yeah,
around
yeah.
like this. I've seen it in like Herbie the Love Bug. I've seen it in, I feel like, if not Mission Impossible, something like that. But there's so many movies that utilize that. It's always a car going like this, and then maybe one goes right through, and it's like always funny.
Well,
They kind of do it in the beginning of, it's not San Francisco, but Argyle. The opening scene is kind of like that when Dua Lipa's on the motorcycle, and then Henry Cavill's kind of comes down on the roof. It's like really funny. I love that movie. I don't know why people hate that movie so much. But yeah, man, San Francisco is a great movie town for sure. But at times I kind of forgot it was San Francisco.
yeah, Sam.
So like,
But then you see the bridge.
yeah, they showed a bridge a lot, but like sometimes you kind of forgot it was. So I'm wondering where they shoot this. Were they all in San Francisco? It was all in San Francisco. So yeah, sometimes I felt like it wasn't.
I thought it would be funny if one of the car chases drives past the Tanner household. And ultimately, the car chase is stopped by 2003's Ang Lee's Hulk, because Hulk has reached the mainland and he bursts out through the ground and smashes the ground, and all the cars flip down the hill.
Oh, that'd be fucking dope.
So,
Yeah, that's another great San Francisco movie right there.
right?
Oh my god, yeah, that one's great. And I'm trying to think.
Practically flipping all those cars down the hill. Fucking incredible.
X-Men 3's. That's the Golden Gate Bridge Magneto picks
Yep.
up.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Which
San
they
Francisco
take to
movie.
Alcatraz to the Rock.
That's right.
Yeah.
Connection.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Probably wrong on the small details of that, but
It was
I-
still.
yeah,
It's kind of a fun little.
fucking great.
I gotta rewatch that one. I think that's the X-Men movie I watched the least. Maybe.
I don't mind a lot of aspects of it. Are
It's
pretty
better
good.
than the other Dark Phoenix thing they did.
I like aspects of both of them.
Really?
Yeah. The problem I have with X-Men 3 is, save me. I love you. Like, it's the worst movie trope.
That.
Like, it's inherently misogynistic, because it's like a woman needs help and she expresses that, and you utilize love to kill her. It's the same thing was done in Game of Thrones. Like exploiting trust to it's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
But that movie's got a lot of flaws in it. Kelsey Grammer's Beast is not one of them.
Dude, I love him as Beast.
Yeah.
He's a great. I'm hoping. I think people are saying. I think he is coming back.
Well, he's in the Marvels post-credit scene, right?
I think that is. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is Kelsey Grammer. I'm not sure if he's
Except
credited.
it's
but I'm
CGI.
pretty sure. Yeah, but I mean, he's older. I don't think he wants to be
No,
in that
I wouldn't want to
makeup
do it
anymore.
either.
So, but he looks like the cartoon version a little
Yes.
bit. So I kind of like the design a little better. But I do love that. So I love that line. That's like, "Oh, you're the Wolverine. You walk quite a beast, aren't you?" Something like that. And it's like who's talking? I love that connection, man.
I've been fighting for mutant rights since you was growing your claws
Bring
or something
back
like
the
that.
X-Men, man. Like I know they're doing it, but like
I gotta watch X-Men '97.
that.
So.
Oh man, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. But like, I'm saying like the live action. I'm like, that was the biggest missed opportunity in Deadpool Wolverine. You already
Was to set them up in some way.
like you already fucking signed so many fucking paychecks. You couldn't have the boys show up like when Cassandra Nova has Logan locked up and he's in front of all the fucking gravestones and he's talking about the story of what happened.
I'm sure the budget was stretched thin enough.
I was waiting for like just a little bit of like a flashback showing like Storm and Cyclops and all of them, and they're all in their comic accurate outfits and they're fucking fighting just for a second. That would have been enough for me.
Even if it was all just CGI.
Yeah, because I just wanted to see Cyclops and his yellow and blue man. I just want that. Like, I'm happy we got the yellow and blue for Wolverine, but I'm like, I love the Cyclops suit. I love, I know Jubilee wasn't really in it, but give me Jubilee again. Give me like all of them. Fucking Storm. Like, oh, come on.
I have a feeling once they do it, it'll be more.
I think it's gonna happen.
Straightforward.
I think it's gonna happen in Secret Wars.
Like the way James Gunn is doing Superman right now, where just everything already exists.
That's what it
Origin. Who's got time for that shit?
Well, I think they're gonna show up in Secret Wars because that's gonna be the last hurrah. And I think they're gonna have everyone come back one last time. Fucking show Toby. Show
Will
Andrew.
Eric Bana show up?
I think they got to put the money down for that.
I want to see.
That was the biggest mess up. I wanted them to do that. If they did like an old man Logan little side thing,
It should have been Ang
have
Lee's Hulk.
the hillbilly be both Hulks.
Yeah.
And then She-Hulk could be in there too, I guess. So you could do the whole hillbilly family, but I'm sure they're like, oh.
Yeah, no, Marvel doesn't want to touch on incest stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Ryan Reynolds fucking stretched as much as he could, man.
I want to see Ruffalo's Hulk interact with Bana in some way.
Oh my god, yeah, I think.
And like have Bana, because that film Hulk is a monster. Like he is brutal in that film.
In my headcanon,
he's
I
also
know
a
it's-
baby. He's a big baby in your headcanon.
In my headcanon, probably not. They didn't even lock down what version of Hulk it is, but I like to believe that when Deadpool's looking for different Wolverines, and you see the one of him fighting Hulk, in my headcanon, that's Ang Lee Hulk he's fighting. Because that'd be fun. But you look at it in the reflection, it definitely looks like the design
Ruffalo,
they used for like Ragnarok and everything.
Yeah.
In my headcanon, I'm like, maybe that was Ang Lee's Hulk, and he's still out there.
I would like that as a Secret Wars scene where Eric Bana, who is still, because his Hulk is just like a big angry baby that's very violent when it needs to be, but other than that, just wants to observe things.
Yeah.
But Bruce is still like terrified of it. So to see him interact with a Bruce that has like completely fused with the Hulk in a peaceful way, that'd be interesting.
Seeing like two Hulks fight each other would be crazy.
Ang Lee's Hulk would totally win.
Oh yeah,
Because he's the Hulk that gets bigger as he gets angrier.
yeah, they'd be beating the fuck out of each other. I think that'd be crazy.
Anyway,
We're talking all about Marvel today. but
music
it's
similar to Death of the Incredible Hulk.
a lot of Hulk today.
What'd you think of the reveal that the murder is to cover that diamonds are being smuggled in water bottles?
Well, you know, Dylan, diamonds are forever. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "Holy shit, that's bad funny." I was waiting for like I was waiting for the guy to walk into the dentist office with the construction hat on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the big smile. But my diamonds are for that was crazy because I'm like what? Yeah, what's the deal with the water?
Yes, the water question mark.
I'm like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
I'm like, why are we at this point? I thought we were fucking worrying about a fucking murder. Now we're worrying
There's a
about
plant
fucking
that hasn't
water.
been watered in a couple of days.
Yeah, but
So that happens.
that's
People get forgetful. I don't know.
But that's a nice payoff, man. When they first pour it into the fucking little
In the strainer.
strainer, I'm like, oh shit, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, I like that payoff.
That was pretty fucking lit. But that area with all the fucking warehouses is where I feel like you should have had fucking what's the name of the lobster suit.
Hey, is that you? Sean, is that you?
Oh,
Because it looks like the studio a little bit. So like, I like they're fucking doing like a diamond thing in one, and then the fucking shooting the fucking show in the other fucking area.
It'll be funny. He's in the lobster costume because this water bottling company is trying to branch out, and they're trying new lobster rolls. We do water and lobster rolls.
They should have had a scene where he's in the lobster suit, he's drinking a bottle of water, he starts choking, and he coughs up diamonds. And he's like, the fuck's this in my fucking water? He just fucking throws it in the trash. That would have been hilarious. It's a water shortage.
No, because Alan King is like funny in that movie. He'd like give it to a kid. Hey, don't spend it all in one place.
We gotta rewatch that scene just to see if we can find any more Presidio Easter eggs.
We should do a commentary for that movie.
I like to watch it again.
Yeah. Or maybe not a commentary. Maybe we just watch it and enjoy
Or just
it.
watch it. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, there's no Connery in it. But anyways.
I love the eulogy. That was great. A great scene. Okay, when they go back into the Grateful Dead office there, and
that's a jump scare too.
Yes. Ooh. That I loved that jump scare so much of the bullets just shooting the window right out.
Oh yeah.
Scared the bejesus out of me.
Like fucking Scarface, dude.
So there's a couple of good jump scares in this film. Even Jeanette Goldstein's murder in the beginning. That's a good jump scare.
Yeah, that comes so fast.
Yeah.
Dude. Like holy shit, because like
it's pretty tense. She's investigating this dark room. You're like, don't go in there by yourself. Wait for backup.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. The whole opening scene's kind of crazy.
And the car chase that follows it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Shout out to cars in this movie because I like that we get that little
Lightning McQueen cameo.
Lightning McQueen. Well, no, it's is it a Firebird?
Yeah, the one that's yellow but then gets painted blue.
Yeah, that was
24 hours.
He used the paint spray in fucking GTA. Like just went in, closed the door, open, came out blue. Like,
I like that Mark Harmon, when he's scratching the back off to reveal that it's yellow, he scratches one line, sees that it's yellow, and then he's like, I'll do another one.
Yeah, we'll try. He goes and reveals a bunch of lottery numbers.
Yeah.
He's like,
Draws a dick.
Draws a dick on it. Yeah, but like, that was so. Shout out some cool cars in this movie. I love that Stingray as well. That what's her name drives the little red. The Stingray, yeah, the Corvette Stingray, I believe. It looked like
that Meg Ryan drives.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Yeah, that was a fun little scene. I love how he what's his name has the little Starsky and Hutch. Little cherry on top. Woo woo.
My first thought when she did that was, dude, you're a cop.
Yeah, I pull her like But like, damn, that was fucking crazy.
But that added to their sexual chemistry.
Yeah, like if I was single, that's what I would try. Like, have a car chase, shall we?
Shall we?
Chase me. Kind of reminiscent of the opening of GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Not the opening, but after the title
I know what you're
sequence.
saying.
Yeah, like the Ferrari and the Aston Martin.
Or in Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun little things there.
That's all I really got on this movie.
Yeah, man, like that's the thing. It's like we'll talk about ratings, but like, yeah, there's not much I have to say about this. It's a short film. There's not a lot of insanity in it, I feel. So, like, and unfortunately, I feel like it's going to be a shorter discussion this
Let's
week.
see what IMDb trivia has to give us.
Oh, yes.
Anything interesting. The footage of the aircraft carrier passing underneath the Golden Gate Bridge was subsequently used in the opening title sequence of the first 2 seasons of NCIS.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're just talking about NCIS?
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course it would be because Mark Harmon.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Whoa.
Hope everyone's okay.
The screams are on our end, chat.
Kevin Costner was contracted to play the role that went to Mark Harmon.
Ooh, Kevin Costner would have been an interesting
Apparently,
partner.
Costner left the project much to the disappointment of Connery, who had wanted to work with him again. It was set to go into production in 1986 with Lee Marvin and Jeff Bridges.
Oh, Jeff Bridges would have been interesting.
Don Johnson was originally in talks
I
for
don't know
the
if
Mark
I've ever
Harmon role.
Seen a young Jeff Bridges movie. Like I've only seen Jeff Bridges old.
Well, 1977's King Kong.
Oh, true.
Or 76.
True.
Sean Connery and director Peter Hyams previously collaborated.
On
Want to guess the film?
Memories of Me?
No.
No. Who was it? Say it again.
Peter Hyams. It's a film from 1981. There's your hint.
Drawing a blank.
Outland.
Oh fuck. Shit.
Between takes, Connery did a cameo as himself in Memories of Me.
There it is.
Tony Scott was originally set to produce. Marlon Brando turned down the role of McClure.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing super crazy.
All right. Well, with that being said, shall we?
I think we shall get to our ratings.
After our discussion here, we move on to the rating section of our show, where we score the movie itself, the man himself, and of course, if the SHs, the musical score, and the sexy rating. We'll start off with the SH, the accent. I guess I'll start off with a discussion. I feel like he definitely was trying to lean into a more American accent in this movie at times. Because he wasn't really established as a Scottish person. In this
It
movie,
sets
right?
up when he's drunk. He says that his father brought them to America when he was like 10
Oh, that's right.
because he lost his job.
But I feel like, because you mentioned it as well, like I feel like he definitely was doing a good job of pronouncing his S's and whatnot. So I think it's kind of lower for me. I think I want to give it like a, because it's there at times, but I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
It was not that crazy in this.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Okay.
Because at first I was judging it off the shit on a stick, because he said stick. But then I started listening more, and it's all over the place.
Really?
Yeah. It's not everywhere, but it's
it
in
shows.
most lines of dialogue that have an S. So I'm giving it a 7.5.
Okay.
It's pretty thick, and it's 1988. He's still up there in his career, so it's at that point where it gets thick. Like after this, for Memories of Me, I gave it a 3. You gave it a 4, so that makes sense because it's at the same time. But to me, it must just not have heard any in the lines that he gave.
Yeah.
But like right after that, Family Business, an 8, and then in '95, Just Cause, we both gave him a 10.
Fuck.
So
Yeah, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I'm willing to boost it up to like a 6.
you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. No pressure to do so.
Yeah, no, because I want to keep the continuity of his SH developing, because we've done a good job of seeing the point where it's
Chronicling it.
getting thick. Because when this chart comes out publicly for everybody, you'll be able to see like, oh man, yeah, 80s is where it starts to get like transition.
I'm gonna go ham with this and turn it into all kinds of pie charts and graphs and
we
shit.
have to.
So our sexy rating. This is where we might have a little bit more to talk about.
Oh man.
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, absolutely. The chemistry there is tremendous. Definitely enjoyed the the fun, the sexy car chase into that, and
Sexy stairs.
and yeah, the sexy stairs. Like, yeah, bro, that shit gets intense. And that one guy walking on the sidewalk, like watching, he's like, what the fuck's going on?
It's
Man?
the drunk guy from Moonraker.
But yeah, I think that alone brings. I think Connery. We always agreed. I think Connery looks great in uniform. We love him in a military uniform. It's always exciting. So I think this movie definitely got some good sex appeal in it. So I'm willing to give it a nice 8.5.
Holy cannoli!
8.5.
Wow.
There's some sexy in there.
Okay, well, I'm going to boost mine up then to a 7.
Ooh.
I had it at a 6, but it deserves a 7.
Yeah.
Because, Mark Harmon and Meg Ryan, holy cannoli.
Yeah.
They are so sexy. Mark Harmon becomes less sexy because he's such a piece of shit.
Yeah. His eyebrows bother me.
Yeah. And, like, that fight at the dinner, like, poor dude just wants to go home. Like, I feel bad for him in that scene because he wants to go home.
Yeah.
But then some weird dude is just like, you don't want to say hi to me? Do you want to fight? It's like,
Could I have this dance? Like, leave me alone, bro.
that's a weird scene, and it
Yeah.
makes me like both of them less.
Yeah.
So scenes like that make them less sexy to me, but it's still Meg Ryan from 1988.
Hell yeah.
Do we think Connery's sexy in this?
I don't find him sexy, but I find him I think he looks good
Yeah.
in the uniform. But I think he gives off dad vibes. So
He's a hot dad.
I think he's all right. He's
Okay.
all right.
Well, it's all right. All right. Musical score.
Plain simple, is gonna give it a 6. It fits the movie, but nothing memorable.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 5. The one note I didn't read was the score during the end credits is actually really good.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely.
I was just like letting it wash over me, and as I was kind of watching the credits, and this is really strong music. Who did the music in this?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
Music by Bruce Broughton, who I know we've heard before. Let's see what else he has done. Bruce Broughton or Broughton? Well, I guess not. Never mind.
All right.
Well, Bruce Broughton, good score. Pretty serviceable. A little weird at the end where it sounded like in between the notes of taps, it sounded like the guy was about to rise from the dead.
Almost like another Back to the Future reference, kind of like the beginning of Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's what those notes were.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's the beginning of Back to the Future. Yeah, right?
Yeah, okay. Punch it in, Titus.
Yeah, imagine you hear the twinkle and it's like you see two flashes in the
Yeah, the DeLorean.
And it's Doc
At
and
the
it's
funeral, it runs over the grave.
Sean, you have to come back with me.
We can save your friend.
We can have you play in Lord of the Rings. You want to be Gandalf? Yes, that's all I want in my life.
None of this has happened yet. I don't understand.
Just get in. But Doc, we have no room to get up to 88. Where we're going, we don't need the roads.
And this is a one-seat car. Sit on my lap.
I never understood how 3 of them fit in that car, man. I can't fit in a DeLorean. I sat in one once.
Did you?
It was they had one at Comic-Con. Because I met Christopher Lloyd. I'm not trying to flex here, but I met him, and he's fucking taller than me. And they must have had a special extended seat or something you could sit in or something like that.
Oh, for sure. Like Roger Moore didn't fit inside the, or no, Sean Connery didn't fit inside the car in You Only Live Twice.
Oh yeah, right.
That's why they took the roof off of it.
Yeah. I sat in the Lotus too. The Lotus was that's a tight fit too. But I don't know how 3 of them said. Yeah, it was fucking Marty, Doc, and then Jennifer. They're all fucking sitting in that car together. I'm like, that's so fucking. And the fucking Einstein's there, the fucking dog. It's crazy. It's a 2-seat car, for God's sakes. But anyways, but yeah, what's our next rating?
All right, so that was our score rating, our score of the score. Our next rating, our final 2. We've got the film rating and the Sean rating. Which one do you want to do first?
Film first.
All right, what are you giving it, bud?
Yeah, again, man, this is not the brightest bulb in the
string of lights.
In the string of lights.
Not the sharpest tool in the shed, looking kind of dumb with a finger and a thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead.
It's it's all right.
Well, it's all right.
I don't think it's terrible, but it just I don't know. I felt bored and zoned out, even though it was 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning when I'm watching this, but I should have been zoned out. But I'm just nothing's grasping me, man. It's it just kind of it was a very generic movie. I don't know if that's an offensive word to use, but this felt very generic to me. And that's always, I think Sean brought it up a little bit with some of his performance. Performance at the end is great. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I think I'm going to give it like a, I don't want to bury it, but I think I'm going to give it a 5, man. Like, I'm just, nothing I would write home to or recommend to anybody.
You're being kinder to it than I am.
Really? Are you burying
I'm
it?
going to give it a 3.5.
Oh.
That's not burying it. It's just
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
see myself coming back to it, you know?
I think anything under 5 for me is like bad.
Really, I consider 4 is the bad point. Because 5 you can take as like, there's something to enjoy in it, you know?
No.
There's something to enjoy.
I think I like even numbers, so 6 is more positive for me. But yeah, it just, nothing about this movie makes me want to watch it again. Like it just seemed very dry at times, and it just, I mean, if you're a watcher of this podcast and you're like a completist and want to watch all the movies, then go watch it. I think maybe watch it once at least. Everybody should watch it.
Have an opinion on it.
Every movie should be watched once. I always think that every movie should be watched once.
Especially if you're going on a journey like this of ours, where we're going through filmography.
Yeah, but everything's gotta be seen once. In the world today where everyone is like, well, I heard it was bad, so I'm not gonna go see it. Well, that's bullshit.
Just watch it.
Go see it, man. You don't know if you're gonna love it.
Unless 100 people who know you, maybe not 100, unless a lot of people who know you very well go like, you are not gonna like this.
Yeah, but people listen to people who they don't know. They're like,
exactly.
well, so and so on here said that was banned, so I'm not gonna go see it. I'm like, because man, like we were talking about Moana 2. A lot of people buried that movie for some reason. They're like, oh, it's very it was like very boring and not as good as the first one. And me and my wife, when they go see it, we had a great time because we were just fans of the first one. And we're like, yeah, you can't capture the magic the first one gave you. Some sequels don't do that. Sometimes they do. Back to the Future 2. I love that one sometimes better than the first one, but sometimes you can't copy the original. But yeah, watch it for yourself, man, and let us know. We gave our opinions, but don't let that deter you. If you didn't watch the movie and just listen to this, which is I find funny if people do that, but.
Hey,
give it a shot.
Not gonna knock it if you do. I mean, there's definitely I brought up Gorley earlier. Like I'll listen to with Gorley and Rust whether I've seen the movie or not, unless it's one that I'm like, I need to see this first.
And then, they some people I think back to Aaron from ADHD podcast. He heard us talking about Sword of Valiant and stuff. And he's like, oh, now I want to go see that movie because I heard you guys talking about it. So yeah, man, that's that. The moral of the story is just watch everything once, but if it's not good, don't watch it twice.
You only watch twice.
You
Mr.
only
Bond.
watch twice.
But yeah, I won't be watching this again.
Yeah,
except for just
same.
punching the clips for this episode.
Exactly.
All right, our final rating.
Oh man,
Sean rating. All right, what are you gonna give our friend Sean?
Dude, Sean, where he has a couple of good moments, like the thumb war in the bar
With Bob
was
Rochelle.
fun. He has some interesting, he doesn't have as many, his one big monologue. He's drunk, you know what I mean? But
And the eulogy.
in the eulogy. So I think the eulogy alone, man, gives a high point. So I'm not gonna give it a perfect 10, but honestly, man, that eulogy, him crying at the camera, really grabbed me, and I think that alone is deserving of a 9. I'm giving him.
Wow, dude! Holy cannoli!
That's deserving, man. 'Cause that's the most emotional I've seen him in a movie, dude.
Wow.
It's a shame it's this movie, but I can't think of any other movie where he's crying like that. Is he maybe Macbeth? What else was he crying in? Like when he cries, he never has
Oh yeah, no, he does some crying in Macbeth and Adventure Story too, I think.
Yeah, but I feel like that was that one just hit me, man.
Yeah.
It hit me. So everything else isn't as tremendous in this movie, but I don't know, that just got me, man. That was really good. He reached into my soul, man. I felt for him. So I'm gonna give him a 9 just because I really think that one scene really captivated me. How about you?
I'm gonna give him an 8.
Okay, right next door.
Yeah, because he was very good, incredibly professional. He was very professional playing a man who was very professional.
You think he had a good time making this movie?
No, I feel like this was work. Not bad work or hard work, just work. Like the way like you go. Sometimes you have a good job and you don't have a good time at that job. It's a good job.
You just
You know what I mean? He probably got paid well, and he just went to work and got the shit done. And he feels like he did it pretty well. I can believe that Kevin Costner story. If that's true, I could imagine him being a little sad. Then he's like, oh, I signed up for work under this condition, and Costner's not in it, but I'll still do it because the story's not bad. Whatever. Maybe he liked Meg Ryan. Maybe like they were friends. I don't know. Maybe not friends, but in the sense of like, maybe he warmed to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this young lady, I'm gonna make sure she stays safe in Hollywood. I don't know. I don't really get the vibe that he loved Mark Harmon, but maybe he did. Maybe they were really good. He was just professional. That's what I got out of everything. And like as you said, the best scenes were the eulogy, the rooftop scene, even though his acting in it is not great, and then his interactions with Donna.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Also, I wanted to make note of one more. This film is worth seeing for the Mark Harmon, Meg Ryan sex scenes. But there's a scene after the officer's ball or whatever, where after the drunk scene on the rooftop, it cuts to Meg Ryan in Mark Harmon's apartment. And she's like, I feel bad about whatever. But Mark Harmon is just leaning in, like... He doesn't say anything. He's just unmoving, and he looks really hot. But then...
I think the trumpet guy at the funeral, he was not moving, holding the trumpet.
And he doesn't say anything. And it's Meg Ryan, like, talking about how she feels bad and she's sorry, and doesn't say anything. And Meg Ryan goes, and I think that I'm developing feelings for you or something like that. And the second she brings up him, though, the second she brings up him, he just goes, go on. You asshole.
He's like Han Solo. He's like,
I won't respond to anything you say. Oh, you brought me up? Continue. More about me.
Go on.
You love me. I love me, too. So, anyway, that's just a scene I forgot to take a note on because of, like, he's not moving. For like 3 minutes, he's just unmoving.
Is he okay?
And then he goes, go on. So, yeah, all right, let's go over our ratings. Our final ratings are the average SH. Our average is a 6.75. Our average sexy rating is a 7.75. Our average musical score is a 5.5. Not a bad score, but it gets the job done. Average film rating is a 4.25. We're not coming back to this. And, I put them in the wrong category. Our average Sean rating is an 8.5. He gets the job done. The total Sean rating for this film is a 65.5.
Okay.
That puts it way higher than I think it should be. But that's what the numbers give. It's that SH factor. It drives it up there.
The numbers don't lie. Are we done with the... How many... Do we have more in the 80s?
Let's take a look. So I'll switch that to watched instead of next. We have one film left from the 80s. Can you guess what it is and what year it is?
It's... shit.
I'll give you a hint. It's one we haven't watched yet.
Fuck. 80s. Can you at least tell me if it's late 80s or early 80s?
Early 80s. I really want to watch this movie, and I hope we spin it next.
Oh, is it, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It's like an adventure movie.
Yeah.
Fuck. What's the name of the movie?
This face is amazing.
Fuck, I can't think of the name of the movie.
It's Time Bandits.
Time Bandits, shit!
I'm going to make that my alarm. Time Bandits, shit!
Shit!
That's our last one left from the 80s.
Damn it, we might get it because that's the one I keep seeing because that's on Prime, so it's easy to access. And I always see it. I'm like, I don't know, it looks fun.
So here's what we've got left. We've got 4 films left from the 50s.
Wow, 50s still got a bunch. Jeez.
3 films left from the 60s.
Okay.
No films left from the 70s.
70s are done.
1 film left from the 80s. No films left from the 90s. And Sir Billy.
All right. Shit, man.
Before we take our final step of the episode, you mind if I take a Connor pee? I literally can't. Like, the tension of the wheel will... I'll loose my bladder everywhere.
We'll be right back.
Be right back.
And we're back. And it's time for our favorite part of the show.
On my trip to the bathroom, I had a thought.
Ooh.
Our next podcast, we were talking about Ang Lee's Hulk.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm very lazy. I don't want to change the logo too much. Let's make it Jennifer Connelly Curious. Anyway.
Let's go.
Alrighty. So, yeah, our favorite part of the show.
Yeah, we're going to spin the Wheel of Curiosities over at wheelofnames.com.
Indeed.
To spin the next film we're covering. And I think we're probably going to be in agreement this week. I think we both want Time Bandits.
I would love Time Bandits. Let me pull up the wheel here so we can both see it. This is normally we have it on a screen behind the cameras or something, but we're just on my laptop right here. Let's get the better internet prices from Xfinity out of here. Okay, here's what we got left.
So
8 entries left, Mario. Holy cannoli. Which means we got 9 films, including Sir Billy. So we've got The Red Tent, On the Fiddle, Hell Drivers, Lilacs in the Spring, Time Bandits, A Night to Remember, Marnie, and No Road Back. Isn't that crazy that we can just list the wheel now?
Crazy.
Like, before we'd have to list 75 movies.
Yeah, oh my God.
And now it's less than 10.
I keep forgetting about Marnie. Marnie's kind of one I want to see as well.
Me too.
We haven't seen a young Connery in a long time.
Yeah, and it's a Hitchcock film, and it's apparently one of his better films too.
Yeah, so I definitely want to see that. But I think I'm leaning on Time Bandits, man, with you. So I think with the double power of our want for Time Bandits will summon it for us.
And if we still have the guest that I hope we have, then
yeah, it's gonna be a good episode.
Hopefully. So Mario.
Oh, am I doing it?
I think you're doing it, bud.
Oh man, this is huge. Huge.
So do some shuffling.
I'm gonna shuffle the shit out of this, bro.
Every day I'm shuffling. Stop.
Did it.
Did you shuffle enough, or did I cut you off too early?
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay, cool.
And he's got a low battery, so we're better do this quickly.
Alrighty.
All right.
Mario.
So, Dylan.
Oh my God! It's the first time in a month.
I know.
Or so, more than that.
I know. It's like not masturbating for a month.
And both of our previous episodes, we've had our guests spin. So it's been a hot minute since you arrived.
I've not spun this wheel in so long. So, all right.
Are you ready?
With that being said,
it's time
to spin
the
wheel.
I'm sorry. Let's try it again. It's time
to spin
the
wheel of curiosities. Aw.
What do we got?
We got, it just died, but it was No Road Back.
Oh, my computer just died. Literally right as it landed on the answer.
Does that mean it counts? Does it mean we have to respin? It said no. It was No Road Back.
It landed on it.
Yeah, but it didn't hit the. It was right before it hit. It stopped. It was like, but it was gonna land.
Do we spin again? Do we count this as a fluke? Legitimately, the computer legitimately died.
That died so fast. And it said like 20%, and it's fucking died.
This thing's, I don't know if you can tell from the sticker. It's compiled from, look at the color difference. They're made from different laptops.
Can you send me the wheel on my phone? I can do it again on my phone. Should we do that?
Yeah, you should be able to open it.
Can I get to it?
Yeah.
How, on Connery Curious?
Yeah, you log into Wheel of Names through the Connery Curious Gmail.
We're literally gonna do
wow.
It didn't count because it didn't even stop.
Yeah, it hadn't stopped.
It literally hadn't stopped.
If his face, if the thing had come up and said No Road Back, then it would have counted, but it didn't count. What was the only other film that we did? Oh, it was The Hill, right? Because we clicked You Only Live Twice by accident or something? Or
It's so small.
Can you film your phone screen? You screen record?
I don't have a thing, but I can hold up to the camera. All right.
No, don't worry. I'll recreate this later.
All right. Well, if we could zoom in on it.
No, just do it. Well,
All right. I'm shuffling. We're gonna do this again.
He's a shuffling.
I'm gonna stop.
Every day I'm shuffling. Stop.
Okay, chat. We're doing this. Okay.
Chat. I love it.
I know.
This is my buddy Chat Baxter.
Wait, how many? I'm trying to make sure we have everything off here too.
We should have 8 left.
There's 10 here.
There's 10.
Oh yeah, hold on. Presidio's. Whoa, hold 1 second.
That the timing of that dying is so crazy.
If my phone dies.
I hope the screen recording of that was kept like as the computer died.
Oh yeah, right.
Like.
Okay. We're here.
We shuffled.
We're shuffled.
Okay.
Shuffle again.
Sure.
Tell me stop.
Stop.
Okay. Okay, guys. We're doing it.
It
is time
to
again,
spin
the
wheel of curiosities.
The red tent.
The red tent.
The red tent.
Oh man, that's a depressing movie. Let's spin again. No, I'm kidding.
We're close to Marnie.
I really like the red tent. I saw it. I watched it after he died. It's good, but it's so depressing. Get ready for a very depressing movie. But it'll be fitting because we'll be in the thick of winter by then. And that movie is about being in the thick of winter.
Ooh, okay.
So, yeah.
There it is, chat. I keep calling you chat, man.
It sounded like you just called them shat.
Okay, shitters. You fuckers.
You shat everywhere. My computer shat the bed.
Okay, gang. Okay, curious Connerys. We will be back with the red tent. Do you think that was a better option than the one we had?
I don't know. Well, the No Road Back is from the 50s, so we've got the most left from the 50s. So this will be wrapping up the 60s.
I'm kind of happy because
This wraps up the 60s.
I feel like Time Bandits and Marnie are going to be the ones we want to kind of savor and wait for, because it'll seem like a Hitchcock film, and this Time Bandits seems like a fun film as well.
Yeah, it would kind of suck to end on like A Night to Remember, where he just has a cameo.
Yeah, so we want to if that should be a rule. If we do A Night to Remember,
as if there's
two more,
and one's Night to Remember,
we'll do Night to Remember first.
Yeah, we bypass the wheel,
and then we'll just not gonna spin for that one, I guess, whatever. But yeah, so that's it, man. So next time you see us, we will return with Sean Connery as well, returning in the red tent.
And if you're an avid Connery Curious follower, the next time you'll see us is Christmas.
Yeah,
Connery Curious Christmas. We'll have a little game we're playing. Hopefully it should be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. We had a fun time last year, and this is the first Christmas in the studio.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun as well.
Stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that Sir Sean Connery soon would be there.
Oh, yes. But, all right, man. So, yeah, with Connery Curious.
He comes down, he's like, turns the stockings inside out. He's like, they're more comfortable that way.
Oh, man. But, yeah, with Connery Curious, I've been Mario Lima.
And I've been Dylan Titus. And as always, folks,
stay curious.
Connery Curious.
You've been listening to Connery Curious, a Titus Compositions and Friggin' Nerds Media podcast. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Connery Curious for updates, memes, and episode clips. You can also visit Dylan on Instagram at Titus Compositions to hear other podcasts and original music, watch music videos, or even pick up a great vinyl record. For more discussion about your favorite films, comics, and games, and a network for all things nerdy, visit me, Mario, at Friggin' Nerds Media. You can rate, review, and share the podcast in-app, which helps us grow the show and reach other curious Connerys out there. Thanks for spending time with us. Have a great day, and remember, stay curious. Time Bandits, shit!